9. The starting pitcher for the Golden Eagles here tonight, right-hander Luke Puffenbarger, the true freshman, making his second start of his collegiate career. He's 0-1 with a 5.40 ERA through 5 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Saw his first career start against a fellow SEC opponent in the Arkansas Razorbacks just about a week ago today, last Wednesday. A walk steps in, bats with the left side, shows bunt, and we're underway at 6:04 p.m. with a called strike. It is 76 degrees here in Tulsa. Mostly sunny skies, an absolutely beautiful night for baseball here at Chapman Park. 0-1 travels inside to Walk. And speaking of his last name, Walk, he does that quite often. He's got 19 of them this year. They go along with that 329 average. Puffenbarger drops one in for a called strike 2. Well, Puffenbarger went 3 innings in his first start at Arkansas. Gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. 1-2 fought off, and Walk able to stay alive. The second top 10 team that ORU has faced within a span of 7 days. Gave Arkansas a pretty good run for their money last Tuesday. Let's see if they can do the same here against Oklahoma on their home park. That one misses upstairs from Puffenbarger. ORU does trail what has been a pretty tightly contested series all time with the Sooners, 46-38. And the Golden Eagles have had the edge at home. They're 21-14 against the Sooners in Tulsa. There's a weak ground ball over to Shark, throws over to first and gets the speedy walk by a step for out number 1. Here comes Trey Gambill, the team leader in batting average at .356, and another guy who walks a ton. He's also got 19 of them on the year. 1 up, 1 down here for Luke Puffenbarger. First pitch to him, a liner down the right field line. It lands in fair territory into the corner. Gamble racing around first. He's into second, and he will stay there with a 1-out double. You can see exactly why he bats .356. Wastes no time there. Runner in scoring position for the catcher, Easton Carmichael. Carmichael batting .322, the team leader in RBIs with 25 of them. A chance to add to that total here with a runner on second. And as I was saying, ORU's had the edge here at home against Oklahoma, 21-14 all time in Tulsa against the Sooners. The last time out in this ballpark, ORU got the better of Oklahoma by a final of 3-1. These two teams met 3 times last year. Oklahoma taking the season series 2-1. That final game coming in regional play. 1-0 drops low. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Carmichael. OU was all over the Golden Eagles in that Norman regional, 14-0 the score in that one. (2-0) upstairs, and Puffenbarger behind 3-0. Puffenbarger finds his own there, makes it 3-1 as Carmichael taking all the way. Pretty solid crowd here at Chapman Park here tonight. You have your fair share of red in the building as well, not surprising. But a good showing from the ORU fans as well as Puffenbarger looks back the runner to second. The Golden Eagles 13-4 at home. The 3-1 in there for a called strike. Nice pitch by Puffenbarger. Battles back to make it a full count. OU hasn't played very many true road games, but when they have, they're just 2-2 this year. Payoff pitch on the way. In there, called strike 3. Beautiful location from Puffenbarger. His first punch out is out number 2. Quite the way to battle back from the true freshman, down 3-0 in the count. Comes back with 3 straight strikes to get Carmichael. And here's Jackson Willits. cleanup hitter, leads the team in home runs with 7 of them. Runner on second with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Puffenbarger misses a little bit upstairs. That went in there for a called strike from Puffenbarger. Willits is a switch hitter. He bats from the left side here against the righty Puffenbarger. He's the only switch hitter in the lineup, but as much as Puffenbarger will throw here tonight, Oklahoma will have as many as 5 lefties in the lineup to face right-handed pitching. Two-one, high and tight, makes it 3 balls and a strike. ORU rocking the all-white uniforms with the navy blue caps here this evening. Always a sharp look. They are 7-2 in those uniforms this year. Oklahoma sporting the all grays. 3-1 outside, ball 4, and Willits aboard with a 2-out walk, puts runners on first and second. And here comes Dayton Taki.
Next up, first baseman number 16, Dayton Taki.
Taki's average just shy of 300 at 299. Runners on first and second base with 2 gone. First pitch, and Puffenbarger misses outside as it pops out of the glove of Connie Yates. This is what ORU looks like defensively. Vailele Connie Yates behind the dish. Brandt at first, Shark at second. Davis over at shortstop. Campbell at third. Outfield left to right. Combs, Tanaka, and Edmondson. 1-0 fouled straight back. And Owen Coyle is your designated hitter for the Golden Eagles here tonight, keeping the hot bat in the lineup with a true freshman off of a really good weekend. We'll get to more on him in the bottom half of this inning. 1 ball and 1 strike from Puffenbarger, trying to start things off with a 0. 1-1 in the air, third base side, Campbell over. He watches it fly to the stands. One ball and 2 strikes. Puffenbarger trying to set the tone here in the top of the first inning. The pitch home, upstairs. Count even at 2. This first inning of Golden Eagle Baseball is brought to you by MedWise Urgent Care. We appreciate their support of ORU Baseball and Golden Eagle Athletics. The 2-2. A check swing, and he gets rung up by home plate umpire Matthew Anderson. And Luke Puffenbarger with a scoreless top of the first with a pair of strikeouts. We head to the bottom half. The Sooners nothing, and the Golden Eagles coming up. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the first inning from Chapman Park here on the campus of Oral Roberts University. Luke Puffenbarger with a scoreless top half against the 9th-ranked team of the country, the Oklahoma Sooners. And let's meet the starting 9 for the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles here tonight, brought to you by LaCourse Law. Will Edmondson leads things off as he's done all year, playing right field. Makani Tanaka in the 2 spot playing center. Cooper Combs bats third and plays left. Vailele Connie Yates, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Jack Shark plays second base and bats fifth. Keaton Campbell playing third base and in the 6th spot. Matthew Brandt back at first base as he was on Sunday afternoon, batting 7th. The DH, Owen Coyle, bats 8th, the hot bat as of late. And Martell Davis, the shortstop, bats 9th. Starter tonight for the Sooners, right-handed pitcher Jacob Golston. 1-0 with a 6.75 ERA through 5 1/3 innings. Has given up 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Last time out for him, only through a third of an inning. But he faces the Golden Eagle right fielder. First pitch, well outside. The story with Golston this season is the command and lack thereof. As he starts Edmondson off 1-1, paints the corner there. But a guy who clearly has a stuff fastball, can be electric at times, caps out at around 99 and 100 miles an hour, which you rarely see in college. Edmondson takes ball 2. But the command has just been the issue. His first outing of the year, he went 5 innings, but most recently, and he hasn't pitched since March 12th, so it's been a little bit, against Louisiana Tech. Only went a third of an inning, nearly hits Edmondson there, and it's 3 balls and a strike. But in that third of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. That run was not earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. 3-1 to Edmondson, a big swing and a miss, fills up the count. Golston, a sophomore, stands at 6'7", so a real tall guy on the bump there. Payoff pitch, chopper left side of the infield, could be tough for Willis, who charges, and Edmondson beats it out. An infield single to lead things off for the Golden Eagles in the home half of the first. And here comes Makani Tanaka. Good hustle by the right fielder Edmondson. Able to beat it down the line. Was going to be a tough play for Willis, the third baseman, regardless. And the Golden Eagles off to a promising start. The Sooners look like this defensively. Carmichael behind the dish, Taki at first, Branch at second, Willits plays shortstop, Willis plays third. So don't get confused between those two. Tanaka takes the ball in the outer half. Gambill is in left field, Walk in center, and Harris plays right. It's been a pretty good Oklahoma defense so far this year, a fielding percentage of .973. Edmondson takes off, pitch home as a strike. Throw down is not in time. Edmondson gets under the tag, and a stolen base for number 8. His 4th of the season on 5 attempts. And already a runner in scoring position, an aggressive start for Will Edmondson and his Golden Eagle offense. Two balls and no strikes to Makani Tanaka. And that one bounces by everybody, and Edmondson with a free 90. And the first run of the ball game already 90 feet away on the wild pitch. Tanaka batting .304 this season, went 4 for 12 over the weekend with his 2nd home run of the season. He's got 12 RBIs to go along with that, and a chance to pick up number 13 right here. Pitch well outside. Here comes Edmondson. The race is on, and Edmondson beats him to the home plate, and it's 1-0 Golden Eagles. Another wild pitch. Will Edmondson takes full advantage. So just like that, it's 1-0 Golden Eagles, just the 2nd batter into the bottom half of the first. 3-1 misses well outside, and a walk to Makani Tanaka. This ballpark is into it. Crowd has really started to fill out after that top of the first inning. Again, you do have your fair share of Oklahoma Red here, but a lot of ORU fans have made their way out to watch the Golden Eagles against a top 10 team in the country. Here's Cooper Combs, runner on first, nobody gone. A 1-0 Golden Eagle lead already. First pitch over the head of Combs, and Tanaka takes off for second. Well, there's a lack of command that we have seen from Golston that we were previously talking about. He has not had it here in the early going. Again, a guy who has unbelievable velocity, can cap out in triple digits, but he's got to be able to find the zone, and it's played to ORU's advantage here in the first inning. Combs batting .321. Had a 3-for-7 weekend, scored 3 runs. Squares up to bunt, and that one misses inside. Something Cooper Combs has done really well as of late is walk. And here comes a mound visit. There is a right-hander up for Oklahoma in the bullpen already. But to finish that note on Combs, earlier in the season, and really just a week and a half or so ago, his walks were about half as many as his strikeouts. Now he has a walk to strikeout ratio 15-16, so nearly even. So give Combs a lot of credit. Oh, are you able to get their first run of the ball game? Will Edmondson with aggressive base running. Stole second, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and then scored on a wild pitch. 2-0 to Combs, and finally Golston able to find the zone. Two one in there, 2 straight strikes. The 2-2. Over the head of Combs again, and Tanaka over to third base. That's wild pitch number 4. Yeah, we're only at batter number 3. Payoff pitch on the way. Combs fights it off. Well, Combs this year with runners in scoring position, 14 for 30. And he takes a walk here, his 16th of the year, and they're on the corners. The first 3 Golden Eagles have reached safely. And it looks like that's going to be it for Golston. We knew that he may be on a short leash here this afternoon, and a short leash it is. Golston's day is done without recording an out. He gives up a run, and they're on the corners with nobody gone for the cleanup man, Vailele Kanayates, stepping up. We'll tell you all about the new Sooner arm on the other side of this break. It's the Golden Eagles 1 and the number 9. The Sooners, the first team to the pen here tonight, as Jacob Golston pulled after just 18 pitches. Does not record an out, gives up 1 hit. He's given up the 1 run so far. He's responsible for both runners on, so that could change. 2 walks and no strikeouts for him. So the sophomore pulled early. Enter the senior, right-hander Reed Hensley. This season, a 1-0 record with a 2 ERA in 9 innings of work. This is appearance number 8 for him. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks to 13 strikeouts, and in steps Vailele Kanayates. Team leader, an average at 342, and an RBI chance for him. Here in the bottom of the first, a 1-0 Golden Eagle lead. Kanayates 12 of 32 with runners in scoring position. He swings at the first pitch and pops it into foul ground. Racing over and running out of the room, the first baseman Taki. And an eventful strike number 1 for the Golden Eagle catcher. Kanayates over the weekend 3 for 10, but he drove in 4 RBIs in the process. Now leads the team in that category with 22 of them. 0-1. Low and away from Hensley. Well, Reed Hensley, a right-handed senior from Lufkin, Texas, transfer from Tyler Junior College. Vailele Kanayates looks at ball 2. Pretty wild note here on this Oklahoma baseball roster. When you think OU, especially baseball, you think that they'd have a lot of Oklahoma kids on the roster. You would be wrong, and that was me. Kanayates looks at ball 3, ahead of the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. There is a total of 1 Oklahoma kid on this entire roster. A lot of Texas, a lot of Georgia, Some Missouri kids here and there, some Louisiana sprinkled in, as well as Florida. 3-1 misses upstairs, and the bases are full of Golden Eagles with nobody out. 3 straight walks issued by Oklahoma pitching, and here comes Jack Sharp. So a real chance to put together what could be a phenomenal first inning for the Golden Eagles here against the number 9 ranked team in the country. Oh, are you looking for their 2nd ranked win of the season? They got one over then number 19 Dallas Baptist in this ballpark, and they did it in comeback fashion. First pitch, and Shark looks at a ball. Shark with the bases loaded this season, 0 for 4. But a massive opportunity to change that. Hensley fires. Paints the bottom half. One. Shark with a ground ball over to third base. Could be 2. Willis steps on the bag at third. Throw across the diamond in time. But they get a run out of it as Tanaka comes in to score. And it's a 2-0 Golden Eagle lead. So it's a double play, but it drives in a run. And here comes Keaton Campbell. Connie Yates advances to second on the play. That's RBI number 15 for Jack Shark, and a 2-0 Golden Eagle lead. First pitch misses a little bit low to Campbell, coming off of a good weekend, 3 for 9. He also drove in 4 RBIs, just like Connie Yates did. It brought him over the double-digit RBI threshold. Connie Yates dances at second. 1-0 off the hands. Well, I know it's only the bottom of the first inning, and I know who is across the diamond from the Golden Eagles, the top 10 team in the country. But when Oral Roberts scores first this season, they are 10-1. 1-1, a screamer, but it's snatched by Willis over at third. And there is out number 3. Impressive stuff from the Sooner third baseman. The Oral Roberts Golden Eagles, however, off to a great start here at home against the number 9th ranked Sooners. They scored twice in the bottom of the first, and at the end of one, it's ORU 2 and Oklahoma nothing. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network.
Life can bring unexpected challenges. I'm attorney Joel LaCourse.
Back here at Chapman Park, a good start for the Golden Eagles against the 9th ranked team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners. It's ORU 2 and Oklahoma nothing after 1 inning of play. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Good start for Luke Puffenbarger. Put up a 0 in the top half of the first, working around a couple of base runners after a double from Gamble and a walk from Willits. He will face Branch, Christensen, and Harris. 6, 7, and 8 in the Sooner lineup. He fires in a strike to start off Branch. Batting .337 this year for the Sooners. 1 home run, 18 RBIs. Puffenbarger's 0-1 in there, and a quick 0-2 start. Well, ORU got on the board thanks to Will Edmondson's infield single that turned into a stolen base, and then he advanced to third and scored on a wild pitch. 0-2, a liner down the left field line, but just foul. Tanaka would also come in to score on a double play off the bat of Jack Shark. So not the prettiest way to score the run, but the run does score. That is the bottom line, and it's a 2-run lead. 0-2 again off the end of the bat into right field in front of Edmondson for a leadoff single. The second hit of the ball game for the Sooners. And here comes Sam Christensen. Now, something to look out for here. Kyle Branch will take off. He is 10 for 10 on stolen bases this season, tied for the team lead. Puffenbarger aware of that, looks over to first. Long pause from the freshman, now fires. Bounces in, gets away from Connie Yates. He doesn't know where it is, still doesn't know where it is, and Branch able to advance. So Branch goes to second on the wild pitch. We've seen a lot of those here today. Saw 4 of them from the starter Golston. Now we see the first one from Puffenbarger. So Branch doesn't have to steal second. He gets there on the miscue. Branch has stolen 10 bags, and then Dawson Willis in the 9-hole spot. He's also stolen 10 bags this year. OU ranks 8th in the country with 64 stolen bases this season. 61 of those stolen bases are in the starting lineup here tonight. Puffenbarger fires in a strike. Christensen batting .270 this year. Guy who walks a lot, 26 of them this season. The 1-1 finds the back door. One, two. Yas misses inside. Good take from Christensen. Puffenbarger looking for a big first out. 2-2 on the way. Outside of the count is full. Puffenbarger looks Branch back to the bag at second. Trying to keep him as honest as possible. Payoff pitch on the way. Outside, ball 4, and the first 2 Sooners have reached in the second. So here comes Dason Harris. Batting .314. 1 home run, 4 RBIs, but making just his 10th start this season. And here comes Wes Davis out of the ORU dugout for a little bit of a meeting. Where my mind goes, and this is maybe what they're talking about, is look out for a bunt. He's got Branch on second, who's stolen 10 bags, so you know he's got speed. And even the DH Christensen, he's 6 for 6 stealing. So again, a guy who's not afraid to take off. And when you put Dason Harris in the lineup, a guy who doesn't play every day, he's played in 18 games, but again, this is his 10th start. So not an everyday guy. Maybe even a hit and run situation to look out for as the meeting is adjourned. Broken up by home plate umpire Matthew Anderson, who's calling balls and strikes. Casey Cohen at third and Ben Harlow at first base this evening. There is some movement up in that ORU bullpen. A right-hander up and throwing. Runners on first and second, nobody gone, and he squares up to bunt, pulls it back, and takes the ball. ORU defense ready for it. As you see Branton Campbell coming in from the corners. There it is again, and he's able to foul it off this time. Overall in the year, ORU's been pretty good about covering bunts. We've seen a couple of athletic plays from Connie Yates from behind the plate. We saw a couple of bunts against Omaha that resulted in pop-outs to the infield. There's another square for bunt, the 1-1 outside. Squaring up to bunt, too, for the batter can almost play a mind game with a pitcher, too, making the target harder to see. Pulls it back and takes ball 3. Gets it down to the left side. It's a good one. Campbell charges, throw not in time. Bunt single for Dason Harris, and the bases are full of Sooners now. Really well executed by Harris, and that brings up Dawson Willis out of the 9th spot. Batting .232 this season. 3 home runs, 19 RBIs, a big strikeout candidate, the biggest in this lineup. He's struck out 27 times so far in 23 games. First pitch, and that hits him. Puffenbarger loses the breaking ball, and a hit by pitch drives in the first run of the ball game for the Sooners and makes it 2-1 as Branch comes in. That turns over the lineup card for Jason Walk. Grounded out to Shark at second base, his first time up. Base is still loaded. Nobody out for the Sooners. And now here comes Wes Davis. And they're going to pull the plug on Puffenbarger. So both teams going to the bullpen here early in this one. OU goes to the bullpen at the bottom of the first. ORU does the same in the top of the second. We'll tell you all about the new arm on the other side of this break. The Golden Eagles 2 and the Sooners 1. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. Takes over out of the pen for Luke Puffenbarger, who goes 1 inning. Gives up 3 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's given up the 1 run, but he's responsible for all 3 Sooners on base. And Connor Johnson comes into that situation trying to limit the damage as much as possible. Johnson this season 0-1 with a 9 ERA in 6 appearances. He has started 1 game, he's thrown 9 innings. He's given up 11 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. ORU scored twice in the bottom of the first inning, and Oklahoma with at the very least 1 run back here in the top of the second, but threatening for much more as Jason Walk steps up to represent the top of the order. Sam Christensen is on third, Dason Harris on second, and Dawson Willis on first. Branch is the one who scored. He started the inning off with a single, then Christensen walked, Harris got on with a bunt single, and Willis was hit by a pitch. So well executed inning so far by the number 9 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners.
Now pitching for the Eagles, number 33, Connor Johnson.
So let's see what Johnson could do out of the pen. Last time out against Arkansas a week ago today, through 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 of them was earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. So back-to-back outings against top 10 teams out of the SEC. First pitch from Johnson. It's the bottom of the zone. Walk 0 for 1 with a ground out to Shark at second base. Johnson's 0-1 in the air left field and shallow. Davis racing back from shortstop in foul ground. He's got it. A massive first out for the Golden Eagles. Nicely done by Martell Davis to run that down in foul ground. And here comes Trey Gamble with 1 gone.
Next is the left fielder, number 20, Trey Gamble.
Gamble doubled his first time up. Team leader in average, that's inflated to 367. Base is still loaded, but 1 out now. Johnson fires, and a nice breaking ball for strike 1. Dropped off a table at 77. It's interesting because Gamble bats 367. He has not hit a homer this year, and he only has 7 RBIs. Takes ball 1. He does walk a lot, though. He's got 19 of them on the year. It's only 6 strikeouts, so just a massive contact guy. A tough out, if you will. 1-1 from Johnson. Drops in. Nice pitch. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Be a massive strikeout if he could get it. ORU defense at double play depth as well. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Kind of a three-quarter swing from Gambill. Looked like a regrettable strike three swing, but a big second out for the Golden Eagles. Johnson's first punch out. So it's up to Easton Carmichael, who's 0 for 1 with a backwards K. That came against Puffenbarger in the first. Johnson continues to paint. Yeah, would this be big if he could retire 3 straight? Right out of the pen. A 1. Grounder over to third. Campbell will step on the bag. Beautifully done by Connor Johnson. He inherits the bases loaded with nobody out, and he retires the next 3 to conserve the lead. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. It's ORU 2 and Oklahoma 1. Back on to a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the second inning after Connor Johnson inherits the bases loaded with nobody out and retires the first 3 batters he sees, all at the top of the Oklahoma order. Beautifully done by Johnson. And the Golden Eagles with the sticks for the second time this evening. Matthew Brandt leads things off. Owen Coyle and Martell Davis, the scheduled 3, 7 through 9 in the lineup. The first pitch catches the outer half from Reed Hensley for strike 1. Jacob Golston, the starter, does not record an out, gives up 1 hit, 2 runs. Both of them earned 2 walks and no strikeouts. Brandt sends one of the year, well hit out to right field. Harris back, but he's got it just in front of the warning track for out number 1. So good contact from Brandt, but the ballpark held it, and here comes Owen Coyle, coming off of a really nice weekend for the true freshman. DH'd all 3 games. He gets another opportunity here tonight. 4 for 11, hit his first career home run. A solo shot on Friday. Also hit a triple in that game. Looks at a strike over the outer half. Scored 3 times, drove in 2 runs. Average up to 286. Looks at a ball there. I wonder how Owen Coyle felt about the Sooners growing up in Stillwater. 1-1 upstairs. And I don't want to speak for Owen Coyle, but maybe a little bit of internal bad blood there. Cowboys and the Sooners. Bedlam. Good rivalry. Now he gets a shot face to face. 2-1, swung on and missed. Hensley's 2-2, a nasty breaking ball, swung on and missed for strike 3. His first punch out, and there's 2 gone here in the second. Here comes Martell Davis, another guy swinging a really hot bat for the Golden Eagles. Now leads the team in home runs with 6. Was 4 for 9 this weekend with a pair of homers, 6 RBIs, and he came around to score 4 runs. Davis off the end of the bat, right center field. Walk racing over, and he's got it for out number 3. A 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the second inning from Reed Hensley. And we go to the third. ORU clinging on to a 2-1 lead over the 9th-ranked team in the country. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. 1 lead over the 9th-ranked team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, in front of a great crowd here at Chapman Park on a beautiful Tuesday evening for baseball. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. So glad you can make us a part of your evening plans. That second inning was brought to you by Tedford Insurance as we head to the Tulsa Teachers Credit Union. 3rd inning. Leading off for the Sooners, Jackson Willits. Dayton Taki and Kyle Branch is scheduled 3, 4, 5, and 6 to face Connor Johnson, who did a phenomenal job to get out of that second inning with damage limited. He inherited the bases loaded with nobody out and retired the next 3. Willits ahead of the count, 2 balls, no strikes. And by the way, those 3 that he retired were the top 3 in the order, so no slouches. 3 straight balls, though, from Johnson to open up the 3rd. Willits walked his first time up.
Lawson.
This is Lawson, my son. I met you guys at the right before.
3-0 pitch, right down the pipe. Willits taking all the way.
You're going to New York, yeah. I'll be back.
Come on, Connor.
By the way, we went to a restaurant right next to the one that you recommended, but they had nutcrackers. It was decked out.
3-1 outside, ball 4. So Willits aboard via the walk for the second time this afternoon. And here comes Dayton Taki's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Next on first baseman, number 16, Dick Taki.
There you go.
His 12th strikeout of the year. He does have 21 walks to go along with it. And he swings at the first pitch, lines it into the corner. Edmondson over there to cut it off, advancing from first to third at Willits. And they're on the corners with nobody out.
How long were you gone? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Coming
Are
on
you ready
second
to get back
baseman, number
home?
6, Kyle Branch.
Was it
Here
like
comes
a
Kyle
crazy
Branch,
excitement,
1 for 1 with a single. Came around to score the Sooners' lone run up to this point.
Let's go, Connor.
The Sooner offense has created trouble in each of the first 3 innings now, so it's not like they've been quiet whatsoever, despite trailing by a run. They've already left 5 runners on base through 2 innings.
For the afternoon. What a trip. Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I told him we were joking.
First pitch could be 2. Ground ball over to Davis. Flips to second 1. They turn over to first in time.
Sorry, run away.
So ORU trades the 2 outs for the run. I think they'll take that any day of the week as Willits comes in to score. We're even at 2, where the bases are empty with 2 outs.
Next up, designated hitter,
Double play number
40,
17 for this ORU defense this year. And here's Sam Christensen. So we're starting over here in the top of the 3rd. Johnson's pitch home, a big swing and a miss. Christensen walked his first time up, was stranded on third base. Rolls one over first base side. Could be tough. Brandt with a nice throw over to Johnson, who covers. And the inning is over. Well, the Sooners do tie it up, but a nice 6-4-3 double play kind of calms everything down. And a nice play from Brandt to Johnson puts a bow on the top of the 3rd. And the bottom half evened up at 2 right here on the ORU Sports Network. The Golden Eagle offense trying to get back on track here in the bottom of the 3rd inning after going 1-2-3 in the 2nd. Top of the order due up for Ryan Fulmer's squad. Will Edmondson, Makani Tanaka, and Cooper Combs. We're level at 2 between the number 9 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, and the Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts. Sooners able to get a run on that 6-4-3 double play as the Golden Eagles traded the 2 outs for the run. And it was a big double play to kind of reset the inning despite giving up the run, but I think they'll take it anyway. First pitch to Edmondson is in there for a strike. 1 for 1 with a single. Came around to score the game's first run. He was uber aggressive from the get-go. Stole a base, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a wild pitch. The 4th straight game he is rocking that teal blue arm sleeve on the right arm. Equated to a 5 for 13 weekend for him with a home run and 3 RBIs against Omaha. 1-1 well outside. He's got all sorts of colors going on tonight. He's got the hot pink back to complement the arm sleeve. To go along with a white uniform. Big swing and a miss. He makes it 2-2. Edmondson now batting .308 after the base knock. Two off the end of the bat. Could be a tough play. Willis charges and he mishandled it. It gets to the shortstop Willits, but it doesn't matter. Edmondson with back-to-back infield hits. Here is Makani Tanaka, runner on first. Nobody gone here in the 3rd. They're going to officially rule it an error. So the first one of the ball game goes to the Sooners, and Edmondson able to reach on it. Tanaka skies one out into the shallow left, racing over Gambill, and he's got it for out number 1. So Tanaka retired on 1 pitch. Here is Cooper Combs. I know it's only the bottom of the 3rd inning, but this has been a fun ball game between these two. Been a lot of crazy action early. A great crowd here at Chapman Park, and near sellout here tonight to go along with an absolutely gorgeous evening in Tulsa. First pitch to Combs in there for a called strike. First pitch temperature at 76 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Can't ask for much more. Oh, 1. Combs a skyer on to shallow right center. Walk in from center, and he makes the catch. I feel like Harris probably could have grabbed that, but Walk says, no, I got it. The center fielder does technically have priority. So back-to-back flyouts for Hensley, and here comes Vailele Kana-Yates. Reached on a walk his first time. Edmondson on first with 2 gone. A back pick throw over to first, not in time. Another throwback over to first to check on Edmondson. Remember, he stole a bag of that first inning. Shouldn't be all too surprising that this game has been pretty tight to start. Again, the all-time series is very tight. ORU trails at 46-38. 1-0 swung on and missed. The Golden Eagles 21-14 in this ballpark against the Sooners. And the last time these two played in Tulsa, ORU won it 3-1. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hensley. Make it 1-2. The 1-2. Breaking ball just missed. Dropped in there at the last moment. Regardless, a nice pitch from Hensley. But an even better eye from Kana-Yates. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard. Hensley throws back over to first. Yeah, had a feeling that was coming with a long pause. Runner takes off, 2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. So the runner doesn't matter as Kana-Yates down on strike, second K for Hensley, and the bottom of the 3rd comes to an end. ORU gets the leadoff man on, can't do anything with it. And at the end of 3, we're tied at 2 on the ORU Sports Network. It up at 2 at the end of 3. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. We head to the Attic Storage, 4th inning. Leading off for the Sooners, Desan Harris. Out of the 8th spot, Dawson Willis and Jason Walk. The schedule 3, 8, 9, and 1 for Oklahoma. Harris got on with a bunt single. Is beautifully placed down the 3rd base line his first time up. First pitch from Johnson. This is a little bit outside. Drops in. Couple right-handers throwing for ORU in the pen. One of them is Weston Rouse. 1-1. Misses below the zone. Imagine that Rouse could get turned to for what could be a long relief outing. Former starter who was initially in that Friday spot until Easton Teal took over. who pitched an absolute gem on Friday. Pitch home off the hands over to Davis at shortstop. Throw across in time to beat the speedy Harris for out number 1. Speaking of Easton Teal, got to give him his flowers after that 7 innings of 1-run ball and a career-high 8 strikeouts. Teal earned Peak Pitcher of the Week in the Summit League. Second ORU pitcher to do so, joining Nathan Love, who did it in week 1 of the season. So big congratulations to Easton Teal on the recognition. Bunt gets laid down. It's another good one. Bare hand pick from Campbell. Throw over to first, just late. Cannot fault the effort from Keaton Campbell over at third base, and a nice scoop up by Brandt at first. Willis, the second bunt single for the Sooners here tonight. That turns over the lineup card for Jason Walk. I mentioned Walk walks a lot. He also hits a lot. He's got hits in 18 of 22 games. And his 3 homers this season, as there's a throwback over to first, already matches his season total from last year. It's a pretty high-powered Sooner offense. That's 299 as a unit. They got into a shootout with Mississippi State last Saturday. They ended up winning at home 13-11. They have won both of their SEC series to open up conference play in their first season in the conference. Them in Texas joining last summer. 1-0 down low, a delayed steal, and the throw down. It pops out of the glove of Davis. I think if Davis holds on to that, they might have him. But a stolen base from Willis puts a runner in scoring position with only 1 gone. It's a good throw from Connie Yates and a good tag from Davis, but he just couldn't hold on. For the most part, ORU has been really good about throwing runners out this season. They've thrown 12 of them out. One runs inside and it nicks the leg of Walk. So he doesn't walk this time, but he does get a free 90. And here comes Trey Gambill. 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double. Oklahoma's .299 team batting average entering tonight ranks 68th in the country. There's a ball outside. They've had 27 homers as a group. That ranks 86th in the country. Big swing and a miss on 1-0. Sooners picked to finish 11th in their first year in the SEC, but they're ranked top 10 in the country, so things could change. We read that about Arkansas last week. They were picked to finish 3rd in the conference. They're 3rd in the country, and now Texas A&M struggles at the beginning of the year has certainly changed things up in the SEC. That one skips away from Connie Yates. He doesn't know where it is. Here comes the runner around 3rd and Willis, and he dives in to score, and the Sooners take a 3-2 lead. Tough break there for the Golden Eagles. And the Sooners out in front for the first time this evening. It's the second time where one's gotten away from Connie Yates and he has not been able to locate it. Walk moves from 1st to 3rd on the play. Pitch home outside. 3 balls and a strike to Gambill. Rouse has been throwing out there for quite a while, so my eyes go to Wes Davis down to that dugout. Pitch home, launched down into right field. Edmondson back. All he can do is watch. Trey Gambill, a 2-run home run. And he breaks open the Oklahoma lead. It's 5-2. His first of the season. So that brings up the catcher, Easton Carmichael, and a 3 spot for the Sooners here in the 4th. Wes Davis out of the dugout. Takes a peek down that right field line, and they will go to the pen. So that'll be it for Connor Johnson. A relief start that started so well, but unfortunately ends here in the 4th with 3 runs driven in. We'll tell you all about the new arm on the other side of this break. The Sooners 5 and the Golden Eagles 2 right here on the ORU. ORU heads to the pen, and they go with a 6'6" right-hander, Jared Urey, who takes over for Connor Johnson. A 5-2 Sooner lead after Trey Gamble goes yard for the first time this season, a 2-run home run. And Urey trying to settle things down here in the top of the 4th inning. A 3 spot so far for the Sooners here in the frame. Urey this season 1-0 with a 3.66 ERA in 10 appearances. He's thrown 19 2/3 innings. Has given up 27 hits, 15 runs, but only 8 of them earned. 4 walks to 16 strikeouts. The line on Johnson, 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. All 4 runs were earned. Stepping to the plate, Easton Carmichael for the Sooners. Bases empty and 1 gone. First pitch from Urey right down the pike. Last time we saw Jared Urey on the bump was on the 22nd against Omaha Saturday through a scoreless inning with 1 strikeout. Chopper over to third base, gets by T. A long throw from Davis, and it's not going to get him. So an infield hit from Carmichael, and that's the last thing you wanted to see if you're ORU. You get a ground ball, but unfortunately it's in the perfect spot for an infield single, and here comes Jackson Willits. Willits has reached twice, both walks. Came around to score last inning. Double play would go a long way here for the Golden Eagles if they could get it. They've already turned 2 once. Throw back over to first. Nearly caught Carmichael leaning. He's 5 for 7 on stolen bases. Again, this is a Sooner team that ranks 8th in the country in stolen bases this season. They have swiped 1 bag here tonight. Runner takes off. Pitch home is called a strike. Throw down to second. Not in time as Davis missed the tag on the helmet. And there is stolen base number 66 for the Sooners. Mentioned earlier, 61 of the 64 stolen bases coming into tonight are in the lineup. You can make that 63 of the 66 now. It's a lot of stolen bases through 23 games. 1-0 outside. Urey fires home. That one lifted out into left field. Combs ranging back. And he's got it on the warning track for a big out number 2. I feel like the Golden Eagles desperately needed that one. In steps Dayton Taki, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. 5-2 Sooner lead here. 2 gone in the top of the 4th inning on a gorgeous night in downtown Tulsa. Well, get this. The Virginia Military Institute, VMI, leads the country in stolen bases. And I don't know whether to believe this number or not, but this is on the NCAA website. It says they have 134 of them in 24 games. 1-0 in there for a called strike. Some of these numbers are just crazy. Wofford is in second with 94. Mount St. Mary's in third at 81. Georgetown in 4th at 77. That one slapped foul. And Southern University, 76 stolen bases in 21 games. Oklahoma is in a 3-way tie for 8th. The 2 other teams, I should say the 3 other teams technically in front of them, Northeastern, Texas Southern, and Longwood, 68, 65, and 64 respectively. Connie Yates able to block that one down. Oklahoma is in the tie with Longwood and Penn State out of the Big Ten, who leads the Big Ten in stolen bases. And this is also wild. Penn State has stolen 64 bases. They've only been caught 6 times. That one fouled off the leg of Taki. That can't feel great. He'll take an extra second. The only other team that's been caught stealing single-digit times in the top 10 is Texas Southern. They've stolen 65 bags. They've been caught 7 times. Uri's 2-2. This is low, and the count is full. Another team that ORU will face on this list in the top 50 is Cincinnati. They've stolen 51 bases and have been caught 8 times. Payoff pitch, check swing, appeal over to second, unsuccessful. The 2-out walk for Taki. They're on first and second.
Second baseman number 6, Kyle Branch.
Here is Kyle Branch. 1 for 2, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Pitch home, and that one lined into the seats and into the parking lot. Dallas Baptist, an opponent that both of these teams have seen, is 62nd in the country at stolen bases with 42 of them. Dallas Baptist actually run-ruled Oklahoma 11-0 earlier this season in 7 innings. 0-1 from Uri. That one hit well out into left field. Comes back initially, has to race back in, and an over-the-shoulder catch attempt by Davis, no good. The run scores as it drops to green grass, and OU adds another. It's 6-2. Well, I don't blame Combs, honestly, for going back initially. Off the bat, that looked like it was hit way harder than it actually was, rather. Carmichael comes in to score. Branch picks up an RBI on the double, and here comes Sam Christensen. Runners on second and third now. And ORU just needs to get out of the inning down 4 now. First pitch from Uri off the hands. RBI number 19 for Kyle Branch. 0-1, misses low. Oklahoma up 6-2. They are out hitting the Golden Eagles 8-1. Uri's pitch home, misses outside. The only hit of the ball game is an infield single that led off the home half of the game from Edmondson, and there's another walk. So that'll send Sooner number 10 to the dish here in the 4th. Time to do some scorebook organization. Got to move down an inning. Here comes Jason Harris. Led off the inning with a ground out over to shortstop. First pitch to him. In there for a called strike. Bases full of Sooners. 2 gone. Taki at third. Branch at second. Christensen on first. The Golden Eagles can't make the number more crooked than it already is. 0-1 on the ground, hard hit, backhand stop by Shark, flips to second in time. Nicely done by Jack Shark, and a much needed 3rd out for the Golden Eagles to get out of the top of the 4th. Sooners score 4 times in the 4th. They take a 6-2 lead. We head to the bottom half. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Golden Eagles with some work to do, down 4 runs, 6-2 after the Sooners put up 4 in the top half. Jack Shark, who just made an impressive defensive play to end the inning at second base, leads things off. Keaton Campbell and Matthew Brandt right behind him, 5, 6, and 7 in the Golden Eagle lineup. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network as we head to the bottom of the Attic Storage fourth inning. Shark drove in a run on a double play that went from third to first, so kind of an unorthodox way to score the run, but scores it anyway. That one misses a little bit low. Shark launches into center. Walk ranging back, still going, and he's got it on the jog, just shy of the wall. Good contact again from a Golden Eagle hitter, but not quite deep enough. And here comes Keaton Campbell 0 for 1 with a line out to the third baseman, Willis. First pitch in there for a called strike against Campbell. One gone, bases empty. One in there for a called strike 2. Well, this pitching staff for the Sooners this year has been really good. They're 40th in the country with a team ERA of 4.10 heading into tonight. 136 total strikeouts for the staff heading into tonight's contest as ball flies in low to Keaton Campbell. Oklahoma this season outscoring opponents 172 to 103. 1-2 skips in, a big part of that obviously because of the good pitching. And the bullpen has been lights out too. Allowed 44 runs this season. And the strikeout to walk ratio is a little ridiculous when you look at it. 2-2 to Campbell, he fights it off. 114 strikeouts to just 40 walks. It's been a 10-arm arsenal for the Sooner pen. Campbell looks at strike 3 in the bottom half. Beautiful location from Hensley, who's been really good in relief. 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth. His third punch out. Here comes Matthew Brandt. To cap off the note on the bullpen, Dylan Crooks has solidified himself as the Sooner closer. Big swing and a miss from Brandt. He's got 7 saves in 10 attempts. A 2-0 record through 16 and a third inning. An ERA of .55. I would say that's pretty good. One skips in. Overall, and I know the Sooners came into this game at number 9 in the country according to D1 Baseball. They are number 8 in the Baseball America Perfect Game and USA Today polls. 2-1 hit on the ground over to third base. Willis has it, tosses it across, and another 1-2-3 inning for Hensley out of the bullpen. So the Golden Eagles go quietly in the home half of the fourth, and they trail by 4. It's the Sooners lefty here tonight as they go back to the bullpen. Weston Rouse takes over for Jared Urey. In the top of the 5th inning, a 6-2 Oklahoma lead over the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Rouse this season, a 1-1 record with a 9 ERA. This is his 8th appearance. He has started 5 games. He's thrown 21 innings. He's given up 30 hits, 23 runs, 21 of them earned, 16 walks to 20 strikeouts. First pitch is a foul tip off the end of the bat of Dawson Willis. Leads things off out of the 9 spot. Jason Walk and Trey Gambill. 9-1-2 scheduled for the Sooners. Last time out for Rouse. We saw him against Omaha through 2 scoreless innings with 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, allowed 1 hit. That one launched on the left field line, but well foul. final line on Yuri. He goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits, 1 run. That run earned 2 walks and no strikeouts. Faced 6 batters. 0-2. And Rouse pitches outside. Smart move by the Golden Eagles to go to a left-hander, considering that there are 4 true lefties in this lineup, a potential 5 with Jackson Willits being a switch hitter, but he will likely bat from the right side the next time up if Rouse is still in there. That one fouled straight back. I would imagine he would be. Rouse is a guy who's able to give you long relief options because of his time as a starter. He's used to the larger workload on the bump. Here's the 1-2. This is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I feel like that's kind of been a theme here tonight for ORU pitching. They've been able to get to that 2-strike mark, but they haven't been able to put hitters away to the rate that they would like. 2-2. A liner down the line and left, and it's just foul. ORU catches a break by about 6 inches. And Willis forced to go back to the plate after he was sprinting to second. Sun continues to set over Chapman Park here in Tulsa as an absolutely beautiful night continues. Temperature now at 73 degrees. Doesn't get much better than that. Another 2-2 from Rouse, just upstairs. Rouse ready, another payoff. A liner, this one's going to be fair on that left field line. It will likely just be a single, however, as Willis is going to stop at first. A leadoff base knock for the Sooners here in the 5th.
Next up, center fielder number 1, Jason Walk.
Here's Jason Walk. He's reached twice on a single and a hit by a pitch. Came around to score last inning. First pitch drops in for a called strike. Throw back over to first. One fought off. Well, this won't be the only large crowd that we have here at Chapman Park this season. Oklahoma State set to visit Chapman Park on April 29th. Another good in-state rivalry between the Golden Eagles and the Cowboys. 0-2 runner takes off, and that one fought off. A little hit and run action there for the Sooners, but Walk can only tap it off the end of the bat. Rouse is 0-2 again. Popped up right into the middle infield. Who's going to grab it? Davis or Shark? It's Davis for out number 1. Here comes Trey Gambill. Homered his last time up, his first of the season. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a 2-run shot. So a good night for number 20 in gray this evening. Average up to 371. Throw back over to first from Rouse. Also picked up RBIs 8 and 9 on the year with that home run. Another throwback from Rouse. We mentioned how tough of an out Gambill can be with that high average, and he's only he's only struck out 6 times this season to 19 walks. He has struck out a 7th time here this evening. But when he's put the ball in play, it has been damaging. Rouse checks on the runner again. Walk is 8 for 13 on stolen bags this season, so a decent threat to take off. I'd say that about 80% of this lineup. And there he goes. 1-0, misses, throw down to second. In time. Beautifully located by Connie Yates. Walk wants him to look at it, or excuse me, Willis wants him to look at it. It looked like Davis's tag was in time. Call on the field is out, so that helps the Golden Eagles. And they'll go look at it. So I apologize. I accidentally read you Walk's stolen base numbers. Willis is 10 for 11 this year, but could be 10 for 12 after the review as we get another look here on the ORU Sports Network. Call on the field is out. Would be the second out of the inning, and it would clear the bases. Here's another look at the throw down. It is tough to tell. It's real close. Well-located tag from Davis. The head first slide from Willis. The question is, does he get that left hand in there before the tag is applied? I believe Davis got him on the side and on the thigh. The longer the review drags out, the less and less you like it if you're a Golden Eagle fan. Willis is having a little conversation with the 4 Golden Eagle infielders. It's a cool thing about baseball. A lot of them are friends just by who you play for, especially the teams located within the Oklahoma borders. A lot of them come from the same places around the country. I know I mentioned not a lot of Oklahoma guys are on Oklahoma's roster, but a lot of Texas guys. There's a good amount of Texas guys on this ORU baseball roster. And some of them have played against each other a couple of times already in college as well, so a little familiarity there. Review is over, and here comes the official call. And they're going to overturn it. He is safe. So stolen base number 11 for Willis on 12 attempts. So clearly they saw that left hand get in there before the tag was applied, and a runner on second is only one out here in the top of the 5th inning, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Runner takes off again. Throw down to third from Connie Yates. That time it's on the money. Not so fast, Willis says. Connie Yates not going to give me twice, and there's 2 gone. Absolutely gorgeous throw from Connie Yates, making Campbell's life easy over there at third. The Chome in there for a called strike from Rouse. It's 3 balls and a strike. And Rouse throws ball 4. So Gamble back on. 3rd time reaching here tonight. First walk for him. Here comes Easton Carmichael. He's reached twice on a fielder's choice and an infield single. Stole a base, came around to score.
Number 2, Easton Carmichael.
So So the Sooners have racked up 3 stolen bases here tonight. Bring their total to 67 on the year. First pitch off speed, a little bit outside. Gambill, another guy who can run. He's 9 for 9 on stealing bases this season. 1-0. Rouse locates the inside. In the air, shallow center. Tanaka jogging in, and he's got it for a scoreless 5th inning. Nicely done by Weston Rouse to work around a little bit of trouble, and nicely done by Connie Yates to gun the runner down over at third. We're halfway home here from Chapman Park. The Sooners with a 6-2 lead over the Golden Eagles. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. Beautiful night continues from Chapman Park here in South Tulsa. In-state rivalry renewed yet again. The number 9 ranked Sooners in town, and a 6-2 lead for them over the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. Or are you trying to get the offense back on track, in desperate need of hits? They haven't had one since Will Edmondson led off the home half of the ball game with an infield single. Owen Coyle leads things off. Martell Davis right behind him, and Will Edmondson as well. 8-9-1. Due up. Coyle takes a called strike. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Since that 2-run first inning for the Golden Eagles, they have sent 10 to the plate, and only one of them has reached as Coyle sends one down the line and foul. The only one who reached was Edmondson on an error. And give credit to Reed Hensley, who's coming in, has done a nice job out of the bullpen. 0-2 to Coyle, he fights it off. A tough start for Jacob Golston, didn't record it out. Gave up 1 hit, allowed 2 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. He threw 4 wild pitches that really helped out the Golden Eagles. Another 0-2 off the hands, kind of a number into the middle infield, and coming over to make the catch, Willits from shortstop. There's out number 1. Here comes Martell Davis, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Next up, shortstop number 7, Martell Davis.
Davis takes a strike. Check swing, appeal over to first. Davis went around. It's quickly 0-2. The longest outing for Hensley coming into tonight was 2 innings. He has surpassed that here tonight by quite a bit. 0-2, just outside. So at 4 1/3. He's 1 shy from tying his season high in strikeouts. The 1-2. Line back up the middle into center, well hit. Walk racing back, but he's got enough room to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. It's good contact from Davis both times, but Walk able to find it each time as well. Here's Will Edmondson. Only Golden Eagle to reach twice here tonight on an infield single and an error. Let's see if he can spark something with 2 outs here in the home half of the 5th. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. This is the Our Blood Institute 5th inning. OU bullpen rather quiet, and I don't blame him. First pitch to Edmondson in there for a called strike. The way that Hensley has been pitching, I would not change a thing if I were head coach Skip Johnson. 0-1 hit the other way into right field, charging Harris, and he makes the catch. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for the Golden Eagle offense. We head to the 6th inning. 4-run lead continues for the Oklahoma Sooners. They lead the Golden Eagles 6-2. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. Park here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The number 9th ranked team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, with a 6-2 lead over the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles, as the Golden Eagles go back to the bullpen, and Cooper Moore making his collegiate debut. The freshman from Tyler, Texas, 6'2" right-hander, went to Legacy High School, and a big spot for him, making his debut against one of the best teams in the country. Close the book on Rouse. He goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and faced 4 batters. Nicely done from Weston Rouse. Number 24, the true freshman Cooper Moore, to face off against Jackson Willits, Dayton Taki, and Kyle Branch. First pitch in there for a called strike. Willits has reached twice on a pair of walks. 0-1, and that one lined down the left field line, but foul. Quickly 0-2. I think Moore's got a lot of friends and family in attendance. A big applause when his name got announced. And as he should, it's his first collegiate outing. 0-2, fouled off again. First collegiate outing against the 9th ranked team in the country on top of that. It's what you play for. (0-2) yet again. Moore bounces it in. It's got that overhead out of the line delivery. You don't see that too much, I feel like, anymore. 1-2, bounced in yet again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get Willits to chase. Trying to start off the 6th with an exclamation point. Just missed outside. Moore's payoff on the way. Grounded over to first base. Nice scoop by Brent and an easy first out. So Cooper Moore records his first out in an Oral Roberts uniform. Good for him. And here comes Dayton Taki. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. He's also struck out here tonight. Base is empty, 1 gone, top 6. First pitch in there for a called strike, fastball at 92. Or you put up their first 0 defensively in that 5th inning for the first time since the 1st inning. Much needed. 0-1. The dribbler foul into the ORU dugout. By no means is ORU out of this game. Nothing in 2 outside. That one in the air, a mile high. Who's going to grab it? Davis over from shortstop. Makes the catch in fair ground.
Next, the second baseman, number 6, Kyle Branch.
Here is Kyle Branch. Nobody on it, 2 gone. Branch having a good night. A single, came around to score, and an RBI double. 1-0 pitch from Moore. Outside, makes it 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0. Ground ball stopped by Davis. Spinning, throwing in time. And a 1-2-3 debut inning for Cooper Moore in the 6th. Very nicely done from the freshman from Texas. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's Oklahoma 6, Oral Roberts 2. Let's see if the Golden Eagle bats can get going. Well, in Cooper Moore's collegiate debut, he goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. Maybe that sparks the Golden Eagle dugout as we go to the home half of the 6th inning as they trail 6-2. OU back to the bullpen. Gavin Jones taking over. He's got a 1-0 record with a 4.30 ERA this season in 9 appearances. He's thrown 14 2/3 innings, has given up 14 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 1 walk, and 15 strikeouts. Another look at Moore's 1-2-3 inning. A couple of nice defensive plays from Martell Davis to help him out. And a big roar from the crowd after that one as well. Really, really good to see. Well, Reed Hensley's day is over for the Golden Eagles. Probably a big sigh of relief. Essentially a de facto start for him here tonight. He goes 5 innings, gives up no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So maybe a fresh arm can give the Golden Eagles a fresh sense of life offensively. They've gone 1-2-3 in back-to-back innings. Makani Tanaka leads things off for the Golden Eagles. Cooper Combs, Vailele Kana-Yates, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Tanaka squares up to bunt, pulls it back, and he takes a strike. Jones, a left-hander. A sophomore from White Oak, Texas. Went to McLennan Community College to start off his career. 0-1 is hammered foul off the netting. No balls and 2 strikes quickly to the Honolulu native. Oh, 2. Tanaka with a grounder back up the middle. Cut off at shortstop by Willits. Throw to first in time. My goodness, that was close. Tanaka has a lot of speed, but a nice play from Willits for out number 1. It's a 10th straight Golden Eagle retired here tonight. See if Cooper Combs can change that. He's reached 1 time with a walk.
Yes. My brain is up there.
It's all right.
Takes the ball low. Golden Eagles being out hit 9-1 here tonight. They've scored 2 runs. Got out to a 2-0 lead at the end of the first.
My sunglasses
It's been all Sooner since. 1-0. Combs fouls it back into the parking lot. Still plenty of baseball left. ORU has 11 outs to work with offensively. 1-1 misses low. And we mentioned how Oral Roberts has come back from a multitude of multiple run deficits. 2-1 just misses low. 3 balls and a strike to Combs. A nice eye for the Kansas transfer. The Golden Eagles, when trailing after 6 innings, they're 3-6. Combs lifts one high and deep in the air to left field. Gambo racing back. He lost it in the lights for a second, but he's able to relocate it and make the grab for out number 2. That looked pretty good off the bat, but a little bit too high. There really isn't much wind here at all tonight. Flags in dead center field are pretty much silent. And here is Vailele Kana-Yates. Base is empty. 2 outs here in the home half of the 6th. ORU erased a 7-5 lead in the 9th at Arizona State to win 8-7. Big swing and a miss from Kana-Yates. They've come back from down 5 runs twice against Missouri State, 5-0 and then 7-2. And then They were down 7-0 to Southern Indiana. Came back to win that one 8-7. Nearly did it against North Dakota State. They were down 9-0. Ended up losing 9-8. So the Golden Eagles have seen worse. 1-1. Drops below and squeaks by the catcher Carmichael. Kind of Yates able to scurry out of the way of that one. ORU has not had a base runner since the bottom of the third. Three-one in there for a called strike. Jones painted the outer half. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Nasty pitch from Jones. His first strikeout and a third consecutive 1-2-3 inning from the Golden Eagle offense. We head to the seventh. Oklahoma 6, Oral Roberts 2. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. Trent Martin takes over for ORU out of the bullpen after Cooper Moore in his debut throws a 1-2-3 top of the sixth inning. Really nicely done from the true freshman. Martin enters this ball game with a 1-2 record and a 2.31 ERA in 5 appearances, 3 starts. 11 2/3 innings for him, has given up 5 hits, 5 runs. 3 of those earned, 13 walks to 7 strikeouts. He'll face the bottom 3 in the order for Oklahoma. Sam Christensen, Dason Harris, and Dawson Willis. ORU has not had a base runner offensively since the leadoff man reached in the bottom of the third. They've gone 12 up, 12 down since. As we enter the last third of the ball game, outs are going to be imperative on this end of the baseball, and base runners are going to be crucial on the other side. So let's see what the ORU bullpen can put together here. Christensen tonight has reached on a pair of walks. He has also grounded out to the first baseman Brandt. First pitch from Martin, the lefty, misses low. Originally the Sunday starter to start the year has transitioned to the bullpen. Redshirt junior from Kansas City, Missouri, a transfer from Johnson Community College. 1-0. Misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. Squares up to bunt, takes it back, and takes the ball. Maybe a little bit of a mind game there. Well, the road trip continues for Oklahoma after tonight. They will head to Alabama to take on the Crimson Tide for 3 over the weekend. That one drops in for a called strike. And they'll play 1 at a neutral site against Texas Tech. That one upstairs, ball 4. As for Oral Roberts, they'll hit the road. A long bus trip up to St. Thomas to take on the Tommies for 3 over the weekend. Game times at 3 p.m., 1 p.m., and 1 p.m. And then they'll return home for 4 midweek against BYU. And they'll play South Dakota State for 3 over the weekend. First pitch upstairs. Martin's 1-0, misses low. Another lefty, or excuse me, another righty up and throwing. A pair of them for ORU in the bullpen, and here comes a meeting from Wes Davis. Well, Martin has struggled with walks this year, 13 of them to 7 strikeouts entering tonight's appearance. He has walked one batter already. And I think Wes is trying to get out in front of that with a 2-0 count now at Harris and trying to avoid what could be another inning where runs come in for the Sooners. You can't really afford any more of those if you're the Golden Eagles down the stretch. Getting out hit 9-1 in a 6-2 ball game. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. This is where baseball kind of turns into a chess match. Can't quite see super clearly down into the bullpen, but I believe Braden Sanford is one of them warming up. Pitch home is in there for a called strike over the outer half. Sophomore from Owasso, Oklahoma. Two-1 misses low and away. 3 balls and a strike. Through one pitch fought off and the count is full. Now I wonder if ORU will go to the right-hander regardless after this at-bat, whether it's an out or not, because there are 2 righties waiting in the Oklahoma lineup. Payoff pitch from Martin. Misses low, back-to-back walks. So in steps Dawson Willis. And Wes Davis will stay put for the moment. First pitch from Martin in there for a called strike. Willis has reached all 3 times here tonight. Was hit by a pitch that drove it a run, got on via a bunt single and your traditional signal. Ground ball through the left side of the infield. Getting the green light is Christensen around third. He will score standing up in a 7-2 Oklahoma lead. RBI single from Willis. Harris goes over to second base.
Next center fielder.
And that turns over the lineup card for Jason Watt. Looks like Wes Davis is on the move in the dugout, and he will come out. And that will be it for Trent Martin. So ORU back to the bullpen here as the Sooners have tacked on one more in the 7th. They lead it 7-2 over the Golden Eagles. We'll tell you all about the new arm on the other side. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network. Martin, who does not record an out, gives up 2 walks and an RBI single. A 7-2 lead here for the Sooners. Runners on first and second, and Jason Walk at the top of the order due up for the Sooners. Sanford this season 1-0 with a 2.70 ERA in 6 appearances. Has thrown 10 innings. Has given up 5 hits, 3 runs. All of them earned 9 walks to 14 strikeouts. The Golden Eagles trying to keep this game within striking distance. But things slipping away further and further down 5 now. They're being out hit by the Sooners 10-1. Again, a game that started so promisingly for the Golden Eagles. They scored twice in the bottom of the first inning. We give a lot of credit to Reed Hensley of the Sooners through 5 hitless innings in relief of Golston. Was essentially a de facto starter. Walked 1 and struck out 3. Gavin Jones has come in after him and has done a quite nice job as well. Through a scoreless 6th, a 1-2-3 6th.
Now pitching for the Golden Eagles, number 19, Braden Sanford.
Let's see what Sanford can do. 2 on and nobody out. Top 7. The first pitch grounded foul. Just on top of the ORU dugout and then bounces in off the netting. Oh, 1. Just misses outside. A fastball at 93. Good pitch regardless, though, from Sanford there. Good location. One in there for a called strike. Bounces out of the glove of Connie Yates. Throw to third, not in time. This Oklahoma team is relentless on the base paths. Both of them advance 90 feet. On what was kind of a pass ball, I guess. Infield in, the 1-2, a check swing, appeal over to third. He did not go around. Two. In there, called strike 3. Painted the inside corner and walked down on strikes. The first strikeout for Sanford. Beautiful pitch.
Left fielder, number 20.
Here is Trey Gambill. He's reached 3 times here tonight. A double, a 2-run homer, his first of the season, and a walk. He has also struck out once. Runners on second and third. 1 gone now for the Sooners. ORU infield remains in. And the first pitch drops below the zone. Dason Harris on third base. Dawson Willis on second. The 1-0. That one drops in the zone this time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Golden Eagles in need of some late magic. 2-1 outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Try and extend this win streak to 4. Three 3-1 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Walk number 3 in the inning, and the bases are full of Sooners.
Next, the catcher, Easton Carmichael.
Here is Easton Carmichael, the catcher. He reached on a fielder's choice and an infield single. Came around to score a run in the 4th inning. First pitch to him drops below the zone. Both of these teams 4-2 in league play. ORU in 2nd place in the Summit League. They will take on the 1st place Tommies this weekend. A big opportunity up in the Twin Cities. 1-0. Foul tip all the way to the backstop. OU is in a tie for, I guess you would say, 4th. They're one of 6 SEC teams who's 4-2 right now. The top 4 are all 5-1. That's Georgia, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Texas. 1-1, a grounder over to Davis. Could be 2, but it's off of his glove into left field. 2 runs are going to score for Oklahoma. And they've blown it open. It's 9-2. Throw to second. Not in time. So it could have been 2 outs. Turns into 2 runs instead. Took a late hop on Davis. Gamble goes from first to third.
Next up, shortstop, number 7, Jackson Willits.
And here comes Jackson Willits. First pitch misses down low, skips away from Connie Yates. 2 errors on the play there from Oral Roberts. They're going to mark 1 on Davis and then 1 on Combs, who fumbled it in the outfield. One 0 drops in. On the ground, over to second base. Shark fumbles that one. It bounces over to Davis, and they get him at first. Another run comes in. My goodness. Mark that one 4-6-3, but just for 1 out. Gamble scores. And Carmichael up to second, and it's a 10-2 Sooner lead.
Number 16, Dick Taki.
The second 4-run inning for the Sooners tonight. First pitch drops in. Drops in, nice block by Connie Yates to keep it in front of him, keeping the runner at third. Carmichael at bay. Another block by Connie Yates. Two one on the ground, over to first base. Brandt's got it. He'll take it himself. Inning over. But the Sooners tack on 4 more runs, and they have taken complete control of the ball game. It is stretch time here from Chapman Park, and the Sooners with a 10-2 lead over the Golden Eagles. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. To the bottom of the 7th we go, and ORU with a firm control on this game. 10-2 lead over the Golden Eagles. Here from Chapman Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network as we head to the Waldo's Chicken 7th inning. Due up for the Golden Eagles, Jack Shark, Keaton Campbell, and Matthew Brandt, 5, 6, and 7. And the Golden Eagle lineup, they have gone 12 up, 12 down. They've not had a base runner since the 3rd inning. And with 9 outs to play with and 8 runs to make up, they're going to need something, and they're going to need it fast. Gavin Jones, a lefty, back out there for OU, and a big swing and a miss from Shark. Shark tonight 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. Grounded into a double play that scored a run. Takes a strike there, and it's pitch home. This is low. Two balls and a strike. That went off the end of the bat over to third base. Willis has been busy tonight. And a nice scoop over at first base by Taki for out number 1 here in the 7th.
Next up, third baseman, number 23, Keaton Campbell.
Here is Keaton Campbell 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. First pitch bounces off of the glove of Carmichael all the way to the backstop for ball 1. It's been 10 unanswered runs for the Sooners here tonight. They've got 10 hits, 1 error. ORU with 2 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors. Both of them coming on 1 play. Big swing and a miss on 1-0, evens up the count. One on its way. Fouled back into the parking lot. Look out, cars. Well, this will be the 3rd time this year that ORU has given up at least 10 runs. They're 0-2 in such contests. One-two Campbell, same result, fouls it off the netting this time. ORU is 0-4 when scoring 2 or less this season. One-two floats high and outside. Two to Campbell, soft liner and down for a base hit. The first hit for the Golden Eagles since Will Edmondson led off the bottom of the 1st. So Keaton Campbell on board, and that's the first base runner for the Golden Eagles since the bottom of the 3rd, and breaks a 13 up, 13 down streak for Oklahoma pitching. Here comes Matthew Brent with a runner on and 1 out. First pitch to Brent in there for a called strike. Well, just like ORU, this OU team has a ton of new faces. You could probably say that about a lot of teams with the transfer portal era in full effect, but they had to replace 22 letter winners from last year. You got 28 new guys, 16 NCAA transfers, 11 JUCO transfers. 9 newcomers have made a start as position players, and 3 freshmen or transfers have made a start on the mound this year as well. 1-1 off the end of the bat into right field. Back-to-back base hits for the Golden Eagles. Campbell will stay at second. And they're on first and second here in the 7th inning. Only 1 gone. It has been impressive what Skip Johnson, the head coach, has been able to do with the Sooners, given all that turnover from year to year, and now they're ranked in the top 10 in the country. So they're going to pinch hit for Owen Coyle. We get our first look at Ethan Fender. For the first time in quite a while. Fender, who normally starts at first base, will step into the DH spot here tonight. Batting .213 in 20 games. He's got 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 4 walks to 16 strikeouts. First pitch to him. Fender with a chopper foul left side. It's the first time since that first inning where Oral Roberts has had multiple base runners. It's the first time all night that they've had back-to-back hits. A 1. Big swing and a miss. Oh, 2. Fender fights it off to stay alive. Oh, 2. Upstairs. First threat for the Golden Eagles since the opening frame. Can they do anything with it? The 1-2 to Fender. Fought off again. The battle continues. Fender with runners in scoring position this year. 3 for 25. There's a hard hit ground ball over to second base, flip to second, 1 turnover to first, and a nice scoop in time. And that completes the 4-6-3 double play. Well, that is the 9th-ranked team in the country for you. They turn the double play and they get out of the bottom of the 7th inning unscathed. We go to the 8th. We go to the 8th inning here from Chapman Park. A 10-2 lead for the 9th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners on top of the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. ORU got back-to-back hits from Campbell and Brandt, but a double play put an end to the threat in the bottom of the 7th inning. First time that ORU's had back-to-back hits all night long. The first hits since the first inning. It turns back over to Braden Sanford, who's got the ball again. Branch with 2 hits here tonight, a single and an RBI double. First pitch on the way, in there for a called strike. That one hit well into left field. Combs giving chase, looking up. It's off the wall. Tanaka plays it off the bounce. And a leadoff double, the second of the night for Kyle Branch. It's a good start for the Sooners here in the 8th inning.
Designated hitter number 21, Drew Dickerson.
So already a runner in scoring position for the Sooners. Up 10-2 with nobody out. First pitch. Nice skip and scoop, I should say, by Connie Yates. Kind of looks like a hockey goalie there. Glove save and a beauty. Soft liner right center field. This will drop for a base hit. Branch getting the wave around 30 will score standing up as the throw goes to second. It's an 11-2 Sooner lead. So here comes Dason Harris, runner on first, nobody out. And they're actually going to pinch hit for him. We're going to roll with Christian Hoffman.
Sooners, number 3, Christian Hoffman.
First pitch to Hoffman. Just a little bit outside. Hoffman, a junior outfielder. Bats from the left side from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Went to New Mexico Junior College to start his collegiate career. Batting 504 games. He is 1 for 2. Takes a strike there. You probably take the average with a grain of salt. Does have 1 RBI though in just 2 at bats. One on its way. Check swing in the dirt, and he did not go around. Three balls and a strike. Here's a righty, a pair of righties up and throwing for ORU. Also a righty up and throwing for the Sooners down that left field line. Three one drops in for a called strike. Nice pitch from Sanford. We await the payoff pitch. Here it is. A chopper foul. Campbell grabs it almost like a fly ball. That high up in the air. Well, I mentioned it earlier, but you can catch us on Friday up in the Twin Cities, where you take on St. Thomas for the first of 3 games over the weekend. 3 p.m. first pitch from St. Paul. Another payoff pitch lifted sky high into shallow center field. Tanaka racing in, loses the hat and the glasses, and he makes the grab. Here's out number 1. And Hoffman retired. You may be asking, well, why are they starting at 3 o'clock on a Friday up in St. Paul? Well, they don't have lights. Kind of like Wrigley back in the day. So we will play a day game on Friday. First pitch just misses upstairs. Not full Wrigley Field style because we're not starting at 1:20, but 3 o'clock will do. One-0. Big swing and a miss. Another big swing and a miss. 2 back-to-back. Nice pitches from Sanford. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. A runner on first, 1 gone. Here in the top of the 8th inning, an 11-2 Sooner lead. The Sooners with 12 hits, 1 error. ORU with 2 hits, or excuse me, 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. That one blocked down by Akana Yates. ORU will make their way out to Norman later this year. They wrap up a 9-game road trip across the month of April. On April the 22nd, first pitch at 6:30 p.m. from Norman. Should be a fun time. 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. First punch out for Sanford as he gets Willis swinging. I take that back. That's his 2nd strikeout. I apologize. Here's Jason Walk. The Golden Eagles will be back here at home a week from today against the BYU Cougars at 6 p.m. And Sanford fires in a strike to the leadoff man, Walk. He's been walked here tonight. I apologize. He was hit by a pitch. And that's about it. Looks at a called strike 2. be 12 more home games for this ORU squad after tonight, which is crazy. 0-2 drops below the zone. And we're only about halfway through the season, so that means ORU is going to be on the road a lot here in the second half of this season. They were at home a lot to begin the year. A lot of that has to do with weather. 1-2 in the air down the left field line. Well, foul. But that 9-game road trip will feature Oklahoma State on the 8th of April. And it's going to be 7 straight games straight on the road, because Oklahoma State and Oklahoma at the front end and the back end of that road trip will just be day trips. Not too far away from here. 1-2 called a strike 3 over the inner half. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sanford to work out of the 8th inning. Nicely done after giving up the RBI single to Christensen. We head to the bottom half. It's the Sooners 11 and the Golden Eagles 2. Back in a moment. Of the 8th inning, Kircher, a freshman for the Sooners, a right-hander wearing the number 14 this season. No record, a 2.25 ERA in 4 appearances. He's thrown 4 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 1 run, that run earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He will face Martell Davis, Will Edmondson, and Makani Tanaka, 9-1-2 in this Oral Roberts lineup. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Final line for Gavin Jones: 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Let's see if Davis can get some late rallies going. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to center. First pitch upstairs. Davis looks for the ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Davis did go hitless on Sunday, but he was just 0 for 1 officially. So he did reach. In there for a called strike. The last time Davis didn't reach at all was a week ago today against Arkansas on the road. Went 0 for 4. 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. He evens up the count at 2. Kircher out of the line, the 2-2 called strike 3. First punch out for Kircher. That turns over the lineup card. Here's Will Edmondson. Base is empty, 1 gone.
Right field number 8, Will Edmondson.
Edmondson 1 for 3. He's reached twice on an infield single and an error. The only Golden Eagle to reach twice here tonight. And for a while had the only Golden Eagle hit. First pitch, he skies it right up on the infield behind the dish. Carmichael rips off the mask, and he's got it. Nice play from Carmichael. It's a tough play for a catcher. And there's 2 quick outs. It's been that type of day ever since that first inning for this ORU offense. So here's Tanaka 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. ORU down to the last 4 outs offensively. Takes the ball high and tight. Big swing and a miss from Tanaka. 1 ball and 1 strike. And I know that the Golden Eagles never want to lose like this, but silver lining to this is, I mean, they're testing themselves against some really tough competition in the non-con this year. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And that can only do them well later in the season, especially in conference play. We've seen North Dakota State kind of benefit from that. I think ORU has benefited from that. A 1-2. Tanaka takes the ball. Can only help your RPI at the end of the day, which will help you out with seeding, assuming they make the NCAA tournament for the 4th consecutive season. 2-2. And Tanaka looks at strike 3. A 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th inning for Jackson Kircher. 2 punch outs to go along with it. Now we head to the 9th. ORU trails Oklahoma. We go to the 9th inning here from Chapman Park. An 11-2 Oklahoma lead on top of the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles as Keaton Ruthard has taken over for the Golden Eagle bullpen. Comes in place of Braden Sanford. He goes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Ruthard on the season, no record with a 4.15 ERA in 3 appearances. Has pitched 4 1/3 innings. Has given up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Well, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that ORU used 7 pitchers all weekend against Omaha. Ruthard is the 8th arm used by ORU here tonight. So quite a different story as a pinch hitter for the Sooners steps in place of Trey Gambill. It'll be Brandon Kane. Kane looks at a strike. He is looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 13. He's appeared in now 13 games. He has started 2 of them. 1-1. Looks at a ball upstairs. Last time we saw Ruthard in action was against Arkansas a week ago today. Through 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. That run earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. This is his 4th appearance of the season. The 3-1 smacked foul, and the count is full. Well, baseball is a silly game. ORU beat DBU this season. That one's off the hand into center field. Tanaka's there, 1 up, 1 down. But ORU's beaten DBU this season. DBU has run ruled Oklahoma 11-0 this season. And now Oklahoma on top of ORU 11-2. It's just funny how a game of baseball can play out. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night, especially in collegiate baseball. We've seen a ton of upsets this year. First pitch in there for a called strike against Easton Carmichael. He has reached 3 times on a fielder's choice, an infield single, and an error. A 1 upstairs. Ruthard rocking the baby blue glove. I like it. One, a breaking ball that ventures a little bit outside. Two one, smacked it into right center. Tanaka on the sprint. He's got plenty of speed for out number 2.
Shortstop, number 7, Jackson
Back-to-back
Willits.
F8s here in the 9th, and here's Jackson Willits. Nobody on it, 2 gone. First pitch, a little bit up and in. This time Ruthard finds a zone. Well, in the 9th for ORU, it'll be Combs, Connie Yates, and Shark. 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. One hit well on into right center field. Edmondson ranging back, still going, makes the catch up against the fence. Nicely done by the ORU outfield this inning. 2 of them to Makani Tanaka and Will Edmondson with the exclamation point. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. ORU looking for a lot as they trail 11-2 against Oklahoma. Back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. ORU down to their final 3 outs, trailing 11-2 against the Oklahoma Sooners here on Tuesday night. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. This is the Pike Pass 9th inning. An impressive inning from the ORU outfield. A couple of nice catches from Makani Tanaka. And then Will Edmondson out in right field, taking it all the way back to the fence, but making a nice grab to complete that 1-2-3 top of the 9th inning. Cooper Combs leads things off for the Golden Eagles. And he sends one sky high out into shallow left field. Over at third, and the catch is made for out number 1 by Brandon Kane, who is in for Willis. So 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. Here is Vailele Kane Yates. First pitch to him, takes the ball upstairs. ORU down to their final 2 outs. Skips in. Nice try by Carmichael to try and frame that after it hit the dirt. That was kind of funny. Just missed outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Well, this is looking like it's going to be a loss for Oral Roberts, down 9 runs with 2 outs left to go. But again, it's nothing to be too upset about as Kane Yates draws the walk. Now I know that nobody in that dugout wants to hear me say that. But again, this is an Oklahoma team who's ranked in the top 10 of the country for a reason. This is the second top 10 team out of the SEC that this ORU team has played in the last week. And they nearly stole one from Arkansas on the road a week ago today. Got off to a promising start here tonight, but OU offense came alive, and the ORU offense did the exact opposite for the majority of this game. As Shark takes a ball. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI. (1-0) in there for a called strike. It also doesn't help when ORU goes 4 innings without recording a hit. They've gone 1-2-3 in 5 innings here tonight. 1-1. It's the outer half. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They will not go 1-2-3 here in the 9th because of the walk from Kane Yates. One, two. Way outside. Carmichael does a nice job to get in front of it. Right now, in line for the win, it's Reed Hensley, who threw 5 hitless innings in relief. Connor Johnson, unfortunately, in line for the loss, even though he got out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam out of the bullpen. That was impressive stuff. 2-2 misses low. Crowd has gotten lighter and lighter as we have progressed here into the night. Yeah, pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and ORU down to their final outs. 3rd strikeout for Kircher. And it's up to Keaton Campbell to try and keep things going. But a great crowd to start this game, and hard not to be when top 10 team is in town. And first pitch temperature was 76 degrees. It's absolutely glorious out tonight. Another gorgeous day in Oklahoma. First pitch to Campbell, fouled straight back. That went upstairs. It's been interesting in this series. ORU's 4-6 in their last 10 against OU, but every time they've lost, they've given up a lot of runs, and it's the same story here tonight. 1-1 upstairs. They lost 14-0 in Norman in the regional, and then in 2024, when they played a true road game, they lost 10-0. They did win the home game last year, though, 3-1. So the games in which ORU has beaten Oklahoma in, it's usually low scoring. Their last 4 wins, the scores have been 3-1, 5-1, 3-2, and 4-2 as Campbell takes a strike. And ORU is down to their final strike. Oklahoma fans on their feet here that have made the trip. 2-2 on its way. Popped up and foul, and Campbell stays alive to see another pitch. Another 2-2 on its way. Here it comes. In the dirt, it squeaks through the 5-hole of Carmichael and a free 90 feet on the pass ball for Connie Yates. Sooner fans clap in unison. Foul pitch. In there, called strike 3, and that is your ball game. 4th strikeout for Kirchent in just 2 innings. And the Sooners take the midweek contest by a final score of 11-2. Well, the Empire Fence post-game recap coming your way next. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Thank you all for coming to tonight's game here at Jackson Park. And we hope to see you again next Tuesday night as the Golden Eagles